Hello friends, this is Sejal and I am really excited to welcome you on my channel. Today we are going to start this session with Maths Class 10 Lesson number 2 Polynomial. We know that we have already learned this lesson in the previous classes. In the 10th class we just have to elaborate it. And I have a surprise for you. To make it very simple, we are going to use some tips, tricks and quick methods. So let's begin. If you want to learn polynomial thoroughly, we must know the definition of polynomial. What is polynomial? Any algebraic expression having more than two terms is called polynomial. For example, I would write down 3x square minus 5x plus 2. Another example, if we would write down 6x square minus 3y minus 1. So these are the two polynomials written over here. But the difference is here we have used only one variable. Here we have used two variables x and y. Now question arises, what is variable is? So variable is anything whose value keeps on changing. For example, if we will think of this polynomial. Okay. Here we can say 3x square minus 5x plus 2 is equal to f0. Okay, so we can easily find out the value of x. But this value of x will keep on varying. It will be something for this sum and something for this sum. So the value of which keeps on varies. We know कि x की वैल्यू कोई सम में 5 भी होती है, कोई सम में 6 भी होती है, कभी कभी 0 भी होती है और कभी कभी माइनस में भी होती है. तो it means the value of which keeps on varies is called variable. The next term is constant. The word itself defines it. What is constant? Any digit or any number, the value of which remains constant. It means it doesn't change anywhere. So we know any constant used in the polynomial is called constant. Here we know plus 2, here we know minus 1. This will never change. The value of plus 2 will remain plus 2 everywhere and value of minus 1 will remain minus 1 everywhere. So the value of which remains constant is called constant. Now to make it very simple, the trick here. If you want to find out variable from this, any alphabet. Okay, alphabet meaning x, y, z, a, b, c can be the variable into the given polynomial. And if you want to find out constant, it will be any digit or number that we know. Any digit or number, it will be our constant always, and alphabet, it will be our variable always. Similarly, the next term is coefficient. We know what is coefficient is because we've already learned it. Any digit or number in the multiplication of the variable is called coefficient. Here, we will think of this polynomial. If we want to find out the coefficient of x square, so any digit with the multiplication, that is 3. See, so here coefficient of x square is 3. Coefficient of x is minus 5. Coefficient of x square for this polynomial 6. Coefficient of y is minus 3. So it's very simple. Now I think you have understood what is polynomial, variable, constant and coefficient. We are going to revise it again. Variable means any alphabet. Constant means any digit or number, and coefficient which is in the multiplication of variable. So it was very easy. Yes, the next topic is degree of polynomial. What is degree of polynomial? The highest power of variable into given polynomial is called degree of polynomial. For example, 3x square minus 6x plus 5. Here, what is variable? Now you can easily find out that x is a variable. The highest power, we can see 2 is the highest power. So that's why the 2 is the degree of this polynomial. According to the degree of polynomial, we have divided polynomial into 3 categories. The first category is linear polynomial. So it means any any polynomial having degree 1 means having highest power 1. For example, 4y minus 2. Here you can see y is the variable and the highest power is 1. That's why it is called as a linear polynomial. The second category is quadratic polynomial. Here the degree would be 2. For example, 2x square plus 5x minus 1. Here x is the variable again and the highest power is 2. That's why 2 is the degree of given polynomial. Now the next word is cubic polynomial. We know here the degree is 3. So here for example 3x cube plus 6x square minus 2x plus 3. So here highest power is 3. So such kind of polynomials are called cubic polynomial. We are going to revise again. Linear polynomial having degree 1, quadratic polynomial having degree 2, cubic polynomial having degree 3. That is the highest power. Okay. Now the next topic that we are going to begin with is geometrical meaning of the zeros of polynomial. Here the real tense starts. The topics we've just studied were just the revision of the previous classes. This is the new topic that we are going to study now. Now this is a very important topic, that's why to memorize it we have prepared a simple table. इसे टेबल से याद रखने में बहुत ही easy और simple तरीके से you can solve any sum or any problem you are given. अभी हमने पढ़ा कि types of polynomial में there are 3 types: linear, quadratic and cubic. We know linear polynomial is ax plus b is equal to 0. Please pay attention. If there is a linear equation given, then the graph of such equation will always be straight line. Okay? We have already studied into the 9th class कि ये straight line क्यों होता है. You must remember, if you are asked a question like this, कि which kind of a graph will linear equation show? So it will always be a straight line. Please remember. And the number of zeros a linear equation will have is only 1 zero. Okay? Is it easy? Now the second equation that we are going to study, that is a quadratic equation. Now we know what is quadratic equation is. The simple example, I would write down ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Here the graph will be a little different. If we draw the graph of such quadratic equation, you will find a curve. Okay? इस कर्व को मैथमेटिक्स में पैराबोलस भी कहते हैं. Please remember, the graph of a quadratic equation is always a curve which is also called as a parabolus. अब ये कर्व कैसा भी हो सकता है. It can be like this also and it can be like this also. इसे कहेंगे open upwards और इसे कहेंगे open downwards. ओके, नाउ अब ऐसा ग्राफ आता कब है? तो इफ a is greater than 0 तो ग्राफ would be like this, and if a is less than 0 then graph would be like this. So simple as that. Now what is a? You must know a is the coefficient of x square. इसका मीनिंग ये हुआ, if coefficient of x square is positive, you can see here a is greater than 0. So if coefficient of x square is positive, then graph would be open upwards. And if a is negative, the coefficient of x square is negative, then graph would be open downwards. Now we are going to talk about the number of zeros. See, I will draw the graph first. See, graph would be like this. ये क्या हुआ? Open upwards. ये क्या हुआ? Open downwards. But you can notice here the graph doesn't touches any axis. Meaning ये किसी भी axis को touch नहीं कर रहा है. जब ऐसी condition है तो then there will be a no zeros. Okay, when graph doesn't touch any axis, then there will be a no zero. Now the next graph, if we will draw like this, it will touch like this. Can you see? It is touching on the x-axis, but at only one and one point. Then the number of zero will be only 1 0. Okay. Now the next graph could be like this. See, you can see how it touches. Now the graph touches on the 2 points on the x-axis. That's why the number of zeros would be 2 zeros. Okay. So it is easy. The number of zeros would be 0, matlab no zero. It can be 1 0 or it can be 2, but it cannot be more than 2. Please remember, it is a quadratic equation. So you know quadratic equation किसे कहते हैं? जिसकी डिग्री होती है 2. Here you can see the degree is 2. तो जिसकी डिग्री 2 होती है उसके नंबर ऑफ जीरोस कितने होते हैं? At the maximum 2. So this is very simple to remember. Quadratic equation is having a graph in shape of a curve and having at most 2 zeros. Similarly, we are going to learn a cubic equation. If we write down the example for cubic equation, ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. The graph would be, here we have found out the simple shapes, but here there is no particular shape. See, shapes would be like this. It can be like this. Okay, so it's not a particular shape. That's why we are not defining the shape. But here we can write down the number of zeros. They are at most 3. So please remember, in the cubic equation, the number of zeros will be maximum 3. So you can easily remember linear equation because it is having a 1 degree. That's why the number of 0 is 1. It is a quadratic equation having a degree 2. That's why it will have at most 2 zeros. And if it is a cubic equation, it is having a degree 3. Then it can have a maximum number of zeros 3. It's very simple. Now students, the next topic is division algorithm for polynomial. Division algorithm says Px is equal to Gx into Qx plus Rx. What is Px here? Px is dividend, Gx is divisor, and Qx is quotient, and Rx is remainder. We'll understand. If we'll write down a dividend 12. If we will divide 12 by 5, so 5 will become a divisor naturally. The quotient would be 2. 5 2s are 10 and the remainder would be 2. ये कैसे आया अब ये समझते हैं. अगर 12 है उसे हम डिविजर 5 से डिवाइड करते हैं ऐसे, तो हम क्या करते हैं? ऐसे डिवीजन करते हैं सिंपल वाला. 5 2s are 10, रिमाइंडर 2. तो सिंपली 12 is the dividend, डिवाइजर 5 है, 2 is the quotient. ये ऊपर वाला होता है उसे quotient कहते हैं और जो नीचे वाला होता है उसे रिमाइंडर कहते हैं. That you all know. So that's why to remember it very easily, R for R, that is remainder, Q for Q, Qx is equal to quotient, and Gx is divisor, and हमेशा dividend तो पहले ही होता है. So it's very easy to remember. Dividend is equal to divisor multiplied by quotient plus remainder. Is it easy? Isn't it?